All right, what's going on? Ricardo Hamilton, Crypto Rick. Mims, look, silver just broke $37 an ounce. Silver just broke $37 an ounce. I'm telling you right now, this is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been looking for. This is the beginning of what I've been calling since last year, that we will see all-time highs in physical silver over $50 an ounce at the end of 2025. Folks, we are being set free right now. I hope people really understand what's going on in the global economy and the shift that's being placed right now. The system that this debt-based fiat monetary system, this corrupt system, okay, that has been started since the Federal Reserve, quite frankly, in 1913, and then the IRS right after that to collect the interest on the debt, what we call money, which is losing value. That system is coming to an end. Okay, we are witnessing the collapse of the debt-based fiat monetary system, and everything that you're seeing going on in the markets globally, the wars, the riots, everything that you're seeing is literally symptoms of a system in collapse. I hope you understand that. What we are looking at is the collapse of this debt-based fiat model. Okay, the Federal Reserve is public enemy number one. We're seeing gold break to all-time highs. Okay, we're seeing silver now break above resistance. When you look at the silver chart, silver is in the biggest cup and handle formation ever, and it's now breaking out. Okay, silver is an indication in the markets, just like gold is. They have the banks like J.P. Morgan have been rigging and manipulating the price of silver in central banks for decades now. Okay, they have been fined up to $1 billion. Their traders have been fined. They went to jail. But we are seeing the breaking of this system. The Bank of International Settlements, which is the central bank for central banks, okay, the BIS, has already labeled gold a tier 1 asset. It means accepted 100% for value. That's real money, folks. Understand something, that the Federal Reserve's note, okay, and the Federal Reserve System would have never been accepted globally had it not been backed by gold. Okay, gold is money. Gold and silver is money, constitutional money. Okay, this is the return of the republic. I don't think people really understand what's going on right now. This is the collapse of a corrupt democracy. Okay, in this republic. Okay, and we're returning back to sound money. We're returning back to liberty and freedom. And I understand there's a lot going on. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of uncertainty and things but this has to take place. It's part of the process. Okay, when you see gold doing what it's doing, when you see silver doing what it's doing, when you see blockchain and crypto doing what it's doing, okay, these assets are getting ready to skyrocket as the world. Listen, there's a magazine, and I've showed this magazine to a lot of my followers and people throughout the years. It's called The Economist magazine. The Economist magazine is a Rothschild-owned magazine. They had an issue that came out in 1988. It was a publication, okay? And on the cover of that magazine in 1988, it said, "Are you ready for a new world currency?" Right? Get ready for a new world currency. And what it showed was fiat currency, paper money, dollars, euros, yens, burning up in ashes. It showed them burning. Okay? Now that could be burning physically, like people burning the paper, or that could be that the paper was burning because of hyperinflation. It's burning up, it's losing value. But what came out of that paper money that was burning, it was a phoenix bird. It was a rise of a new system, a new era. Okay, and what was on the neck of that phoenix bird, that new system, it was backed by gold and blockchain. It had a digital zero in there, okay, and on its pendulum, on the neck, okay, of the phoenix. And what we are seeing, this is the time that we're in right now. This is why I get so excited, because I talk about us living in the largest wealth transfer in history. Okay, I talk about us being in the most significant time period ever in history. The system of slavery we're being set free. People, only those who are in the know, they know. If you know what you're looking at, if you know the system that we're in, you see, people can't appreciate the solutions that are being presented right now because they don't understand the problem. They don't understand how they've been a slave to the Federal Reserve and private central banks and the corporations that grew up around them. They don't understand how they've been taken advantage of. Okay, because of their lack of understanding of how the system works. Well, folks, we're being free today. Okay, I'm telling you right now. And let me give you another example, right? Even right now, you have the ability to set up an international bank account, okay? An IBAN account, okay? That's not tied to these corrupt banks here. Well, where your information is tied to these corrupt banks where they want to tell you where you can move your money. You know, the banks at one point, they wouldn't even let you buy crypto. They said, oh, we're not going to let you buy the crypto. They won't let you move your money around. The banks, you go to pull out $10,000, they don't have it. The banks are restricting your ability to move your money. We don't need the banks no more. That's what blockchain and cryptocurrency is here for. And that's what people don't understand. Cryptocurrency is not so much to replace currency, but it's here to replace the banking system. You see, the banking system is done. Okay, and now that the banking system is done, and because of blockchain, you having your freedom, your liberties, your rights to be able to move your money around, do what you want to do with your money without having to be subject to tyrannical governments and institutions. Okay, self-custody your digital assets. The new secretary of the SEC, I put it on my X account, already saying they are in favor of and supporting people to be able to self-custody their digital assets. It's the right to your privacy. It's the right to your property. We got rights under the Constitution that have been trampled upon by the state and by the government because we elected corrupt leaders who were influenced by big money, but because of this corrupt financial system. But all this is it's collapsing right before our eyes. I get excited because I see it. I know what's coming. I know what's going down. I know it ain't gonna be pretty. It's gonna be more chaos. But I'm telling you, for a lot of us, okay, we won't have to experience the brunt of it. Okay, a lot of us going to have options because we know how to set up international bank accounts, because we know how to have international IDs, because we know how to move our money around on the blockchain, because we have real money for one thing. You see, when the system collapses, okay, I want you to understand something. A lot of things they're talking about now is in the bond market. They keep talking about the bond market, okay, with interest rates and everything else. Understand that's what moves the whole economy, the whole market. If the bond market crashes, okay, because there's no buyers right now. The Federal Reserve, it was all a setup from the beginning. That's what it was set up to be. The Federal Reserve was set up to be the lender and borrower of last resort, okay? Because the Federal Reserve wanted to own anything from the first place. That's why the Federal Reserve was set up in the beginning, to confiscate the wealth of this nation and leave its people back in slavery, back in servitude, back to the crown, King George. And that's what they fled over here for, against tyranny. You see, they tell us that the Revolutionary War was fought over tea and taxes. Well, that was a goddamn lie. The Revolutionary War was not fought over tea and taxes. The Revolutionary War was fought because the colonists did not have the ability to issue their own debt-free, interest-free money. They understood that if they had to borrow money to sustain their economy, that they would always be in debt. They understood that if they had to borrow money to sustain their economy and then pay interest, they realized that they would never be in debt. But in fact, it's another form of servitude, of slavery. And that's what we have today. And so the people right now today are slaves to debt. You slave to your mortgage debt, okay? Because you want to have a nice home. Well, they're going to tell you got 30 years and you're going to pay this for 30 years. And most people don't even realize by the time you pay that house off, you pay for 2 houses because of the damn interest on there. And I'm gonna go down. I don't want to go too far down the road because we already know who is responsible. And I'm talking about a certain type of people. We already know who's behind the banking system. We already know who's behind a lot of the issues, but we're not going to go down that road. We're just going to focus on the prosperity and the opportunity of the moment for those who got eyes to see and ears to hear, right? So this is important that you employ these systems, okay? Employ these systems that can put you in position to have some freedom, put you in position to have some rights, put you in position to protect yourself, okay? You need to have a way to be able to move your money around. You need to have a way to be able to, certain things can come and you want to have options. That's the best way I can put it, because I don't know who you are, where you are, what your circumstance is, but you want to give yourself options. Okay. If you got your money in the bank, it's a major liability to you right now. Leaving your money in the bank is a major liability to you right now. You trust these banks after 2008? You're crazy. Okay. The banks don't have your money. You know, if everybody asks for their money out the bank, it's not there. There's about 3% cash in circulation, 3% physical cash in circulation. Your money ain't there. It's all digits on the screen. They will confiscate your wealth and leave you with nothing. That was the setup from the beginning. That's how it was set up from the beginning. Okay? So understand something. You can't trust the banks. Your money ain't there. Okay? Your money's not there. The banks loaned it out. The banks don't even got the money. In fact, the banks don't even trust each other. When the banks are supposed to close the books at the end of the night, that's why they got to tap into the repo markets at the Federal Reserve, because they don't have the money to the quote unquote money, right? To be able to settle their books at the end of the night. So they got to go borrow the money because they don't even trust what each other bank is saying is assets. They know it's all debt. They know it's all unsupported, right? So understand something. The whole thing is being exposed right now. This is the great, these are apocalyptic time. We're living in an apocalypse right now. Apocalypse is not the end. Trust me, the world is not going to end. In fact, the world is getting better. Okay. You know how you ever get sick and you get better before you get what do you say? You get sick before you get better, right? You know what I mean? Like right before you about to get better, you get real sick, right? But that's really the body healing. The body is healing. The planet is healing itself. The system is healing itself, but we gotta go through the chaos. But trust me, this ain't it. Okay, it's about to get better. Just know that, right? Just know that. So, I mean, I'm pumped because I'm telling you right now, silver is going higher, gold is going higher, crypto is going higher. You know how I can guarantee you that? I can guarantee you that. You know how? Because the dollar is going to continue to go lower. The dollar already this year has lost 9%, 9%, I think it is, of its purchasing power. Let me say that again. I did a video on this last time. The dollar lost about 9% of its purchasing power since this year. The dollar's losing value. Now, what is the average person doing against that? The average person don't even understand it. They ain't doing nothing against it. They're not saving their money. They're not investing in blockchain and crypto. They're not getting educated. They're not doing anything because they don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they have a normalcy bias. Maybe they got a complacency bias. Maybe they just suffering from cognitive dissonance. I can't tell you what it is. But all I know is for those who got eyes to see and ears to hear and who running with the runners, okay, for years we've been telling people the dollar losing value, inflation is going to continue to lose value. The more paper they print, the less value in circulation. Don't look out. Don't think a stimulus check going to save you. It works in reverse. They're giving you with one hand. They're taking with the other. Okay, it's coming to an end regardless. There's nothing they can do to stop it. Nothing they can do to save it. What they're doing though is they're preparing for it. That's why they're passing regulations right now. Stablecoin bills. That's why that's why the Bank of International Settlement labeled gold a tier 1 asset. That's why they got the ISO compliance standard that's happening in July. They know what's coming, man. Like this out, share this out, man. Because I'm telling you, the Facebook and YouTube suppress this live, suppress my content. Make sure y'all like this out, share this out, so people can get this information. Because not everybody gonna be able to articulate it like that. Not everybody even talking about it like this. Not too many people talk about gold and silver. Why you need gold and silver? Why you need to get educated and get into blockchain and crypto? This is the time, though. I'm telling you, this is the time. Okay, look, certain assets right now are taking off. ZBEC is big, been taking off recently. SHX is back on the move again. Okay, Loan Protocol on the Metal blockchain. Okay, that thing is moving. Okay, listen, the real blockchain, and I'm gonna get to crypto now. The real blockchains, okay, the real cryptocurrencies that have utility in regards to payments between businesses, people, institutions, governments. Okay, the real utility blockchains and coins. That's what you want to hold right now, because global trade and commerce will continue to function. The world is not going to stop. Global trade and commerce will continue to function, but it's going to be on the blockchain. It's going to be on the blockchain. Okay, you can stick your head in the sand if you want, but Trump is telling you we're going to be the crypto and AI capital of the world. Okay, Trump is telling people what's going on. He's trying to tell you get in the blockchain and crypto. He got a whole crypto-friendly administration, and you don't even understand that cryptocurrency is getting rid of the banks. Because that's what it's here to replace, the banking system. Okay, but also it's giving you your freedom. People don't even know what freedom is in America. I'm telling you, they don't know what freedom is. Most people really don't know what freedom is. They heard the Constitution, but they don't know the Constitution. You know, you start asking people the amendments in the Constitution, they don't know it. Most people don't even know the 3 branches of government. You understand? Like, and it's not their fault. You know, that's the education system. It was set up that way. They make sure that you don't know certain things, right? So you're not empowered, so that you can be taken advantage of by their corporations and their entities, because the whole system's corrupt from the beginning. The whole system's corrupt because the Federal Reserve is corrupt. It's a private banking cartel. Federal Reserve is a private banking cartel that issues our money, the United States money. We the people, supposed to be, that's our money, supposedly, right? And then you have to pay it back with interest, enslaving you in debt, devaluing your currency, and everybody going to work, and your bills is rising, and you wonder why you can't get ahead, and you complaining, and they want to tell you it's because you black, or because you white, or because you Christian, or because you Muslim, or because you live in this state and that state. They want to point you left and right and everywhere else instead of you being able to realize who the real enemy is. Right? Listen, Jesus knew when he went to the temple and he seen the money changes. That's the time he got angry. He said, "Get up out of here." Right? So this the whole thing. I'm pumped up because I got confirmations. You see, everything that I know and everything that I've been saying and everything that we've been seeing is manifesting right now. It's taking place right now. Bitcoin at $107,000 an ounce. Come on now. Silver breaking 37. Gold $3,500 an ounce. Listen, crypto, right? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm excited about what Texas is doing. I love the state of Texas. I ain't gonna lie. Texas is about freedom, liberty. They know gold and silver is money. Okay, Texas is its own country in itself, if you ask me. Okay, well, listen, they got Texas coin, and they got the ability for you to own a miner. Okay, and you owning that miner is gonna reward you every day. You're gonna get cryptocurrency. Okay, you're going to get this coin called Texit coin. The coin is $1 right now, projected to go to 16. We've been watching it since it was pennies. If you want to get a miner, and what a miner is, it's a device, it's a physical device. You won't have to worry about taking possession of the physical device. It's going to remain in Texas, but you own the physical device. That physical device is going to reward you in cryptocurrency. Every single day, you're going to get a cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency is $1 right now, projected to go higher. I'm excited about that project. I recommend everybody get a miner. I got a miner. I'm receiving the coins every single day right now. Okay, the system is working. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, so reach out to me, DM me or something. Say Texas. Okay, I'm gonna send you the information on how you can get a miner. Take advantage of what's going on in the crypto space. This is a layer 1 blockchain. Okay, it's a layer 1 blockchain. It's a fork of Litecoin. Okay, it's a layer 1 blockchain, fork of Litecoin. Phenomenal project. Massive results taking place right now. Another good thing you want to be into among some other cryptocurrency and projects that's out there. Definitely reach out to me so I can make sure I give you those details. Okay, when it comes to that silver and gold, okay, make sure you get it physical. Don't get no ETF. Don't get no paper certificate. Okay, you want the physical silver and gold. Okay, if you need physical silver and gold, DM me. Okay, because we got the 2 best companies in the United States, pretty much in the world, quite frankly, to get physical silver and gold delivered to you on a consistent basis. If you like, reach out to me for that information. Okay, if you need an international bank account, okay, let me say something without even saying something. And for those who understand what I'm about to say, it's gonna blow your mind. Okay, it's gonna blow your mind, especially when you want your freedom from these agencies and corrupt governments. Okay, you can set up an international bank account, have a debit card, be able to move fiat and move and buy crypto with this international bank account. And all you need to set it up is a ID. You can use your passport. Okay, that's all you need. That's all the documentation you need to have an international bank account. Okay, so when it comes to you to be able to have your money somewhere where it's not easily accessible or visible to corrupt agencies and governments, okay, where you want to put some money away, where don't nobody know what you got, where you got, because you have that right to your privacy when it comes to your property, okay, and other things, you need an international bank account. You need to DM me. Listen, I can't see none of the comments. I don't know. I'm just telling you, they was shadow banning me. I'm live on Facebook and YouTube. I can't see no comments right now. It shows me 13 people are live. I don't know who's live. So if you're commenting and you're saying something, I can't see it. They suppress my content. But look, DM me, okay? DM me, reach out to me. Most of y'all my followers, y'all know how to reach me. Leave a comment in the video and I will make sure that I get out to you. But you need to have an international bank account right now. Okay? You need to have I don't trust these banks, these US banks here. You need to have an international bank account that is crypto friendly. Okay, crypto friendly. Do everything that you're doing now with your bank account that you set up with your your US documents, your social and all that good stuff, right? And the other thing is, I see you, Walter. I see you just messaged me. Texas. I'm gonna send you the details on Texit coin. Okay, get the miner, folks. I'm telling you right now, the miner is worth it. Receiving these coins every single day, and it's liquid. You can sell the coins right now. I wouldn't recommend selling right now because it's early. But of course, if it's your digital assets, it's your money, you can do what you want. But you want to get the miner because the miner is going to pay you every single day for life. You're going to receive the coins every single day for the rest of your life, and you can pass that on. Okay? I've seen the details. It's huge. I'm a big supporter of liberty and freedom. Okay? I'm a big supporter of the Republic. I love being American. Okay? But I don't love the corruption. You know what I'm saying? I don't love the fraud. I don't love the abuse. You see what I'm saying? We don't love none of that. But the reason that exists is because good men stand by and say nothing while evil continues to exist. Because people aren't educated on their rights and how to enforce their rights and their liberties under the Constitution. Okay? But listen, the courts are even now in our favor. Back to the Republic, when you look at the Chevron case, okay? When you look at the Chevron case and the court's ability to be able to make a distinction, the determination outside of what the states have set up, right? And their definitions and how things, listen, I'm just trying to tell you, things are being flipped right now. Things are being flipped and it's returning back to the favor of the people and not these corporate entities, okay, and corrupt institutions, okay? It's coming back to you having the people having more of their rights and their liberties, okay? That's what's taking place, all right? Now let me talk about the Palau situation, all right? Because I talk about the international bank situation. All right. There are times where you're going to need to prove your identity and you're going to need to prove your identity legally. OK, Well, the government of Palau, which is a small little island over there in Asia, okay, somewhere, right? Small little island, but the government of Palau is allowing people to get global citizenship, which means it's a blockchain based legal government identity. So you're actually going to get a digital residency card. You could be a digital resident of Palau. Why is that exciting? Why is that important? Because when you need to substantiate who you are, you're right. You can show your ID that you are a resident of Palau, which is not in the U.S. Obviously, it's another country, and that ID and the address can be used for loan applications. It could be used for, it's an ID for anything. Bank, if you want to open up a bank account. For those of us that are in blockchain and crypto, okay, how you have to do KYC, right? AML, it's 100% KYC and AML compliant. So let's say there's an exchange that you want to access, or there's something you want to do on the blockchain, right? And maybe your state or your government is restricting their citizens from being able to have access to that. So they've limited your freedom. They've infringed on your freedom to be able to access a site that is not doing anything illegal or criminal, right? That your state just don't. So you can have a legal ID from Palau showing that you have digital residency, so you can use that to substantiate your KYC requirements and other things. I put the video on my YouTube channel. I did a video on it. Okay. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see Palau ID. Okay. I put a video on there, the link in there to get it. Everything is there. I got mine. I got the digital version already. The physical digital residency card is coming in the mail. Okay. It'll be here, when it gets here, or maybe about a week or so, right? You can get it sooner if you do expedited. I didn't do expedited. It's cool. Right. So you need to have, so all these things are going to help you separate yourself from the control, jurisdiction, manipulation of corrupt agencies, corrupt ass agencies, and the corrupt governments and legislators that work with them. Okay, because guess what? There's a constitution to the United States, and guess what? A lot of these states, a lot of these legislators, a lot of these agencies are working contrary to the Constitution and have been violating our rights and liberties the whole time. And to a degree, they have been working with the courts. But I'm telling you right now, a lot of this stuff is getting reversed because it's being exposed. You see, there's a great exposing taking place right now. People don't understand what's going on. There's a great exposing taking place right now. So anyway, it might be above a lot of people's head. I know what's going on. I stay plugged in. I follow the right people. I get the right information, and I try to articulate the best I can. But what I will say, if you're watching this video, okay, if you're watching this, share this out. Smash that like button. Share this out. I had to go live, and I'm excited. I'm telling you, because everything I'm seeing is just confirmations. When I'm seeing what Trump presidency is doing, and whether you like Trump or not, you just don't understand what's going on. And I know for some people, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow. You just really have no idea what's going on. It's bigger than you realize. It's bigger than you realize. Okay. I know you think you want to watch CNN and you're going to watch the local news and you're going to get an idea because you got some pundits on stage and they look like they're giving you some critical thinking, some analytical thing. Trust me, it's all a dog and pony show. You can't trust the media. You should know that already. How many times the media done lied to you? How many times the government done lied to you? They said weapons of mass destruction, weapons of mass destruction, weapons of mass destruction. We need to go into Iraq. Okay. We need to go kill 1 million plus people because they got weapons of mass destruction. Then find out they ain't had no weapons of mass destruction. Then we just go back to work like it's normal. What happened? 2008. What happened with COVID? They was paying people to get us. Listen, listen. I don't want to get this live cut off. They haven't been cutting off lives too much when people are exposing the truth about COVID, because even Donald Trump put it out, COVID.gov. If you haven't went there, you need to go to COVID.gov. Anthony Fauci. Okay, Anthony Fauci and these are some corrupt ass people. They were doing gain of function. We know that this wasn't just some random thing that took place. Okay, the stuff is coming out, folks. Look, they opened up Gitmo. Okay, you're gonna see a couple of them in Gitmo, but everything is just a process. It's not overnight. It's not overnight. It's a process. Okay, they got they what's that, Secret Service details stripped? A lot of them. Trust me, it's gonna come down. It's definitely gonna come down. And it's gonna make the world spin. I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy. But look, I'm gonna end this live stream because I don't want it to be too long. Like I said, I was pumped up because for silver to break 37, okay, is just it's an indicator, because $36 was a major resistance level. Okay, it was a major resistance level. But because we're getting closer to July with Basel III standards, because we're getting closer with ISO compliance, because we're getting closer to debt situation. From what I understand, that the Federal Reserve might end up cutting interest rates in June. Okay, from what I'm seeing, there's a betting site, and they bet, and they say whether, is the Fed going to cut rates or not. And from what I saw, it was up at like 99%. We're probably going to see a rate cut. Okay, that's what we want. They need to accelerate this thing. This thing needs to accelerate. Okay, and it will accelerate once they cut rates. We're gonna see assets skyrocket, and that's why you want to be in assets. Long story short, you need to be in assets. You need to get out of debt. Okay, what is debt? The dollar is debt. The dollar's not money. Okay, the dollar's not money. The dollar is debt. You need to get out of debt, and you need to get money. So what money we talking about? We talking about real money, God's money, constitutional money, silver and gold. What other money we talking about? We're talking about the people's money, blockchain, digital assets, cryptocurrency. That's the other money you need to get. Okay. Certain things that you need to do. I do see some comments coming in from YouTube. I got 18 people live on this, man. Share this out. Like this out. Share this out. David Ramon says, this guy made me 10K last year. He the truth. Yeah, I appreciate you, brother. Listen, since I started my journey with gold and silver, I've been saving in silver since like 2011. I got with a gold company called Karatbars. A lot of people know that, right? In 2000, and it was a legitimate company. They had pure gold and silver. He bought on the wrong people in his team, and it went bad. But listen, I still got the gold. The gold is pure. The gold was real. Okay. And since then, I've helped people make tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, some people millions of dollars over my career since that time period. Okay. And we're going to continue to help more people. Okay. We're going to continue to help more people, because when it comes to blockchain and crypto, less than 7% of people in the world are in blockchain and crypto. Less than 7% of people in the world understand this. And even the people who are in blockchain and crypto, they're not really in blockchain and crypto. They got a little Coinbase account. They got some Bitcoin sitting on there. Maybe they might got some Ethereum or say Solana. Listen, they ain't got their digital assets in their own decentralized, non-custodial self-custody wallet. They don't know how to create trust lines. They don't know how to get into the layers of the blockchain with DApps and, DeFi and decentralized exchanges. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot to this blockchain and crypto space. Whole lot. Blockchain and crypto space. You need to get educated. Okay. So if you want to get educated, definitely reach out to me, because I got M.I.M.S University. Okay. We also got some other education platforms. There's a lot of resources to help people win out here right now. But I'm telling you, if you're going to suffer from cognitive dissonance, and, I have to feel sorry for you, but if you're ready, this is the time to change your life. This is the time to change your life. And not only just your life, but for future generations to come. Patricia, good to see you. Thanks for continuing to share the truth. You're welcome. And let me say this, because I had a conversation with somebody last night, and unfortunately and unintentionally, I offended them. And this was back in November. I had no idea that this person felt this way about something that I didn't even realize that I didn't do, but did at the same time. And let me give you some context. And I'm saying this to say, I'm saying, if anything that I've said offends people or, makes you feel, understand I'm coming from a good place and with good intentions. Okay. And I mean well. And let me give you some context to that. So somebody sent me some information on a company, and I never saw the information, but she never reached out to me. The person never reached out to me and, followed up. And so they just thought I ignored them, and they were upset with me the whole time. And I had no idea. And that, that's not how I do. If you reach out to me and let's say you've messaged me, and if I haven't returned, please message me again. A lot of y'all got my number. Y'all got my phone number. If you ask my phone number, I'm going to give you my phone number. You're going to call me. You're going to talk to me. That's how I've always done. Because one of the other reasons is there's a lot of scammers out here. You got to look out for the scammers. Oh my God, the scammers going to go crazy. The scammers going to go crazy. You got to look out for the scammers. I'm telling you, they got AI videos of me right now. Okay, they got AI videos of me right now. And unless you're really, really looking, you wouldn't even know the difference between an AI video of me talking and the scammer talking. I'm telling you, the technology is scary, how good they got that stuff. There was a movie that just came out on Netflix. I can't remember what it was, but the AI, the terrorist, the bad guy in the movie, he had the AI, And the AI looked like the presidents and leaders of all these countries around the world. And he had them saying certain things. And he had them saying these things to manipulate the stock market. I mean, the crypto market, so they can make money in crypto. I can't remember the movie. I think it was on Netflix or something, or Prime Video or something. It was crazy, right? With the Viola Davis in there. Y'all know the movie. Y'all know the movie. It just came out. The AI, that's they trying to tell you. That's how crazy the AI is. You might see something with Trump, and you might think Trump said it, and you couldn't tell the difference. So I'm saying all that to say is, man, call me, man. Listen, like, get me on the phone. Like, hear my voice, hear my tone, hear my, you know what I'm saying? Don't just go by a video. Don't just go by even an audio message. You know how you can leave a voice note on somebody's phone, and don't even trust that, man. Especially when it comes down to you getting ready to pay something. I'd rather have you call me. I don't care what time it is in the middle of the night. Call me before you move some money around. Because I heard too many people done got scammed by these scammers. All right? Too many people done got scammed, and they sent it. And I had people lose thousands of dollars because they thought they were talking to me, and they were sending their money somewhere, and then they got scammed. So look, I'm gonna be going live more. Listen, as silver continues to move, as these markets continue to move, as we continue to see more developments, I'm gonna go live. Like I said, make sure y'all like this out, share this out. Take advantage of the international bank account. Listen, especially if you got over 250,000, ain't no point in leaving 250,000 in the bank, over 250,000, because it's not insured. But anyway, the banks don't got your money anyway. They don't got it. It's a major liability leaving your money in the bank. Okay, give yourself some options. Okay, give yourself another legal identity as well. You should have digital residency in Palau. You should have a legal identity showing that you have digital residency in Palau with a proof of address. So if you need to provide documentation, okay, you can show that, hey, I'm a resident of Palau. I'm a digital resident of Palau. It's legal. It's legitimate. 1000% blockchain based as well. Okay, I got it on my MetaMask. I got NFT of it, of my whole little legal situation in Palau. Okay. The miner, text it. Okay. Don't sleep on it. The miners are $1,000 right now. Okay. The best $1,000 that I think a lot of people going to spend in crypto. Okay. Because there's three things in cryptocurrency that you can get that will reward you every single day for the rest of your life. And that only takes place by owning a piece of the blockchain. Okay. You have to own a piece of the blockchain. You see, it's one thing to buy cryptocurrency. That's fine. And I love buying cryptocurrency. But if I have the ability to own a piece of the blockchain and get paid every single day for the rest of my life in that coin because I own a piece of the blockchain, that's better. Okay. Anybody who understands how dividends work when they buy stocks, they understand dividends are a good idea. It's a good thing. You buy something and every single quarter, because you have that thing, you're going to get some money. Well, in blockchain, we have nodes, we have servers, and we have miners. Okay. What I'm talking about now is Texit miner. You want a miner. That miner is going to reward you in those coins every single day. It's $1,000 right now for the miner. Okay. Take advantage. The people who already have taken advantage, they're receiving coins, they're winning. A lot of people are in position to earn up to 3K per week because of the system that Texit has put in place. Okay. And trust me, when you buy this, you're supporting liberty and freedom. Okay, you're supporting liberty and freedom when you buy that miner in more ways than most people realize. Me and Mike was just on the phone talking about it the other day. Like, it's insane. It's amazing what they're doing. It's amazing what they're doing. Okay, we're going to have a private conversation. I can break that down to you. But look, with that being said, we're going to watch this stuff, man. We're getting close to July. Interest rates, they're going to cut interest rates. Housing prices are overvalued. I was talking to my guy the other day. I had a 2-on-2 basketball tournament. What was it? Just the other day. And my guy was talking about the real estate market because he was doing some real estate business. But he said the prices, I think the homes, was he talking about in Florida? I can't remember what state he was, but he's talking about they're knocking the prices down by $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Every so often. You see what I'm saying? Like the whole market getting ready to shift. The whole market getting ready to shift. And so you just want to make sure you have options. That's all. Just give yourself options. You see the chaos going on around the world. You see what's going on. Give yourself some options. This is Ricardo Hamilton, Crypto Rick M.I.M.S, making it make sense. Any other developments or any other news go on, trust me. If silver hit 38 tomorrow, $38 an ounce, I'll be live, fired up again tomorrow. I'm telling you right now, mark my words, silver will break all-time highs in 2025. I've been calling it for over a year now. Silver, let me say this. Silver is the most undervalued physical asset on the planet. The most undervalued physical asset on the planet. Imagine this. Everybody has dollars, but nobody wants dollars. I don't think y'all ready. I don't think they're ready. Everybody has dollars, but nobody wants dollars. So what's going to happen to the price of things that people want? It's going to skyrocket. And what are we talking about? What are the things that people going to want? People going to want something they can use as a medium of exchange, because not everybody going to want barter. Okay, not everybody got something to barter with. Talking about bartering. You ain't even got nothing to barter with. What you got that I want? Listen, people better wake up. They want gold. They want silver. They want crypto. Okay, those dollars. When that stablecoin bill passes, I know it's never gonna be done, but I just look. It's a download, and I gotta upload. All right. When that stablecoin bill pass, these governments, these institutions, these agencies, the wealthy, they know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm saying to you right now. They know exactly what I'm saying to you right now. When that stablecoin bill is passed and we get regulations in the proper framework, the floodgates are open. So much money is going to flood into the blockchain and crypto space. Digital assets are going to skyrocket because of the reset globally that's taking place, and because when they cut rates, it's like the burning the currency, the hyperinflating the currency. Okay, the good money going to chase out the bad money. So all that bad money, which is the dollar, it's going to go into the good money. Well, what's the good hard money? Silver and gold. That's decentralized physical money. Silver and gold. You see gold breaking out of all-time highs like it is. That's a sign there's a problem. I get excited because I got the asset, right? But I'm telling you, that's a sign that there's a problem. There's a loss in confidence in the dollar. There's a loss in confidence in the financial system. So gold rises. Gold's breaking out. Digital assets breaking out. There's a loss in confidence in the system. Okay? It's all going to happen under Trump. It's all going to happen. Everything that we need to see is going to happen under the Trump. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, you're right. Trump is the last president. Trump going to be the last president, one way or the other, because we're going to have a whole new system. You know, it's going to be, everything's going to be done a whole new way. But yeah, like I said, with that being said, Ricardo Hamilton, Crypto Rick, M.I.M.S, make it make sense. DM me, reach out to me. I'm going to catch you guys on the next live stream. Be safe, be blessed. I'm out. Peace.